I'm Sabri Saran from the Men's Personal Finance team, and we are talking about money. It's the festive season, and it's not just the e-commerce websites who are coming up with mega sales. Real estate developers are also coming up with very unique deals and festive offers. These offers include cash discounts, waiving of charges for a clubhouse or location, discounts in the form of freebies such as modular kitchen or offering free interior packages, cars and gadgets, innovative payment plans, rent back opportunities where the builder pays you rent, and so on. I know these offers might look very tempting at first, but if you're someone who's looking to buy a house during this festive season, you should analyze the cost of these offers quite carefully. Ideally, you should evaluate all freebies and offers in terms of money. Instead of accepting these, it's a good idea to ask for cash discounts. Also remember, these freebies are not really free. They have been bundled into your cost of buying the flat. So before you consider an offer or scheme, find out the monetary benefit that you would derive. Avoid offers that you don't need and insist that the developer adjusts the value of gifts in the property value. Among different offers and schemes that real estate developers offer, there is something called subvention scheme that you should be wary of. While it might look attractive, there's a catch in these schemes you may not realize immediately. So what is a subvention scheme? Subvention literally means a grant of money. When you buy an apartment under a subvention scheme, you pay the initial amount and the bank pays the loan amount to the developer according to the construction stage. In return, instead of the home buyer, the developer pays the interest portion on the loan disbursed. Now, according to the developers, this is a win-win situation for them as well as the home buyers. You as a home buyer benefit because you don't need to pay interest on the home loan till the time the property remains under construction or for the period that has been agreed upon. Developers benefit because they get the money upfront to complete the project, and the interest rate applicable on a home loan is about 8 to 9%, which is much less than the rate on any other loan the developer may have taken to fund the project, which would have been easily 12% or more. I know what you're thinking. That sounds like a good deal. Why shouldn't I go for it? I know that the deal sounds attractive as your EMIs would only start once you get the possession of the house, but there might be some disadvantages that you can't ignore. First is the high cost. Remember that nothing comes for free. Projects that offer subvention schemes are generally priced higher than others in the vicinity. In fact, in many projects, developers offer separate rates for the same apartment to home buyers who opt for a subvention scheme and those who don't. The idea is to increase the per square feet rates of the apartment to cover the developer's expense for paying the interest on the home loan on the buyer's behalf to some extent. So, as a buyer, calculate every component in terms of pricing and the last per square feet price with and without the offers to conclude the deal. Second is the impact on credit score. Usually, developers tie up with various lending institutions to finance such schemes. During the financing process, typically a tri-party agreement is executed between the home buyer, the developer, and the lending institution. You as a home buyer pay the down payment, the bank agrees to make further payments to the developer, and the developer agrees to pay the EMIs on behalf of the borrower till possession or till the time specified in the agreement. Now remember, under such an arrangement, it is you, the actual home buyer, who remains the borrower. So if there is any default in the payment by the developer, it will be you whose credit rating will get affected. Number 3 is the no tax benefit. Now, under the Income Tax Act, a borrower can claim deduction under Section 80C against principal repayment of a home loan up to an overall limit of 1.5 lakh, and under Section 24B against payment of interest up to Rs 2 lakh for a self-acquired house. But this tax benefit can be claimed only when the borrower gets the possession of the house. Also, the interest paid during the construction period can be claimed as a deduction in 5 equal installments starting from the year of possession. The principal repayment during the construction period can't be claimed as a deduction. However, here is the catch. This benefit may not be applicable if the developer pays the interest on your behalf under the subvention scheme. In fact, payment of interest would be treated as the home buyer's income and it will actually attract tax, as the amount of interest paid by the developer represents discharge of a buyer's liability to the bank by the developer, it would be considered as a benefit that the home buyer received. So, your total income for the year will need to include the amount of interest borne by the developer and mentioned as income from other sources under Section 56 of the Act. I know if you're staying on rent, it does give you some leverage as you won't have to pay the rent and the EMI every month during the construction period. So, if you still want to go for the subvention scheme, despite these caveats, check the developer's credential very carefully. That's all from us on this episode of Why Not Mint Money. Thank you for watching.